All right, everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends and share the link with whoever you wish. And don't forget to download the videos right after we finish. Today, our topic is about another silly teaching in the cult of the Muhammadan. Before we talk, we made a video just a few days ago about supposedly a famous actor or in Indonesia who converted to Islam. And here I noticed that the weakness of faith of those who claim to be Christians, because if a conversion of an actress or actor make you feel weak, I mean, obviously you are stupid and you are no Christian. Uh, those people, they don't really care much for religion. Otherwise, they are not going to be actors who go and take their clothes naked. And is this guy, after he became a Muslim, is going to be he growing a beard and going to pray all day, or he just convert to a new religion so he can gain something? And I believe this guy is going to go to election very soon. And this is the point. The governor of Jakarta before him, who was a Christian, he is in jail because they accuse him that he insulted Islam. So I think this guy, he have a agenda, and agenda have nothing to do with religion. And there's many people, they take advantage of anything to get somewhere. There's people who marry from older women just to get their money. There's people who join parties not to serve the country but to gain power. There's people, actually 99% of those who do that, they are not serving the country, they are seeking their own power. So there is many things a human being does, and when somebody is an actor, the whole point of that, or actress, is to make you feel weak because he's an actress, or she's an actress, or he's an actor, as if it's a big deal. I mean, those people are the last one to be proud about that they are converting to any religion, including Christianity. Bring me someone who is, and I'm not against, by the way, if somebody is an actor, he convert, but then if he convert, that should change his life. So let us see if this guy, his life will change. Is he going to do to disco and nightclub? Is he going to go to the bar? Is he going to sleep around? Is he going to grow a beard and pray to Allah? Yeah, you will say this is just So don't be stupid and don't be silly. We have millions of people living Islam every day, but what count for the weak-minded people is an actress or an actor. And this is why Muslims, they target always famous people, like what happened when they targeted Muhammad Ali, who was a boxer. So by converting one, they can have impact in millions who they like this guy, because those millions are a bunch of idiots. We have millions and millions of actors who wear a cross, but any actress or actor, they go naked in TV, they are no Christians. As simple as that. They wear a cross, they claim that they are a Christian, but who care? Many of you like a person like Tom Cruise. Is Tom Cruise as a Christian? Go and see what what he do in TV. He claimed to be Christian. What about the rest? I mean, very famous ones. So I mean, if you are a weak person, if you are weak in faith, anything can affect you because you are weak. Your glass is very thin. Little tiny rock can break it and make a crack in it. So this is always about a faith matter and how strong you are in your belief and how silly you are in life. Silly people, they put pictures of artists. How many of you have pictures of artists in their bedroom? And don't worry, I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying you are silly, and this is not an insult. I'm just telling you who you are. If you have many pictures of artists in your books, and you are simply a teenage who is 12 years old, a kid. So if you are a growing person and you have those pictures, obviously you have something wrong with you. I'm telling you, I'm not, you know me, I'm not politically correct. I don't care who get upset, I don't care who get happy. If you are a person who put pictures of artists in your room, obviously you have a problem. If this is your idol, you see, you are worshiping idol simply. This is your idol, and this idol is an idiot. Go and see all the famous actress or actor who accused of filthy stuff, and they commit filthy stuff. Additional to what they do live in TV. If we search in if you search in Google, you will find like tons of news about actors and etc. who accuse of many things. So you have to be careful. What about this? What his name? The director. Most of the movies you love and you watch it and you spend money for it, etc. The director is a rapist, and even he raped men. And by the way, the men who they are raped, they don't complain when they are raped. They complain later to make money. You know what I mean? Which is fishy. Which means both of them they are already. I mean, so uh, don't be silly and don't be stupid. This garbage is all over. What if the Muslim tomorrow they brought you one of those and say, okay, those guys they converted to Islam. Okay, and what is next? Does that mean they are Islam is good religion? Does that mean that Islam is a perfect belief? So depend on how silly you are and how stupid you are. And I'm sorry to say that, but this is the fact. A human being, there is many kind of them. There is some they are very weak-minded, and anything can have an impact on them. Anything, even a fart of a mosquito. And because that's not because of a defect of your creation, that's because you decided you want to be defected. You decided that you want to be like that. It was your choice. Always in the Middle East, the Muslims they put a lot of pressure on minority who they are Christians to convert into Islam. And when they convert somebody to Islam, they control the country. They bring him to TV, interview, blah 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 blah, and we are dying laughing at this comedy. It's a comedy. And when one of them he leave Islam, they go after him to kill him. You see, when you convert to Islam, you will see the chief of police coming to witness, famous people, TV stations, and they shout Allahu Akbar. What if this guy he left Islam tomorrow? What they would do? The easiest way to know that Islam is a very ugly cult, that it's one way to go. You go in, you cannot leave. It's a mafia. Somebody is asking me, is Jesus is Yahweh? First of all, the word Yahweh, I don't know if you know what Yahweh mean. I mean, this is funny. When somebody claimed that he know the Bible and he know a name, and he says, is Jesus is Yahweh? Obviously, you do not know what Jesus is and what Yahweh is. If I ask you, what is Yahweh? The one who asked me, is Jesus is Yahweh? What does the word Yahweh mean? Hello? What does that mean? Do you know? How many times Jesus says, I am the Alpha, I am the Omega, I am the beginning, I am the end. So there is people who claim to be Christians, but the fact they are not. And they will not be surprised if people they come to you in a clothes of a sheep, but they are wolves, which mean they call themselves as a Christians, or even they put a picture like for Jesus just to deceive you. So silly question from a silly person who cannot be Christian. A Christian should know right away what we are talking about. Should know even the definition, what the word Yahweh mean. Otherwise, you will not even ask the question. Yahweh is not a name. Yahweh simply is a word present that how God he is. that he is the one who is exists by himself. The whole Bible really does not have any name. But for you, because Yahweh is a foreign language, you think the same as the Muslim. When they heard the word Azar, they thought it is uh, it's a name of the father of Abraham. But in fact, it's not. It's a word mean foolish. There is no name can describe God, and there is no name can explain God. But what we can say, people. And by the way, always the Jews, they avoid using God, or let's say using any name to God, because he is almighty. The Jews don't really use any name to God. When they say Yahweh, they're not using a name. When they say Elohim, this is not a name. You know, when they say Emmanuel, it's not a name. uh, Faris is so sad. He said, Faris, guys, you know Faris, the one who called me and he supposedly from the Gulf. He said, what was the name of Al-Masih before he was born? I mean, look here how silly the Muslims too. Look at this. I mean, the answer in your question is in your question. Can you tell me why the Messiah have a name, Al-Messiah? Okay, his name in the Quran is Isa. So where is the Messiah coming from? So you just answer yourself. Al-Masih, the Messiah, is his name. Otherwise, I want to hear you tell me why his name is Al-Messiah. Why the Messiah is the Messiah, not Muhammad is the Messiah. No answer. Because Islam is a stupid cult. The same as they believe that the dog is made from the spit of Shaytan. It's a false cult, you know, a collection of lies and stupidity, and we put them together and we make God and we make religion and we make prophets, you know. Sometimes when I read questions of people, I feel sorry for them. I mean sorry for them. Like, people don't want to use their brain. I don't know why. It's like people, they are having a strike. It's against my nature to use my brain. I use my brain too much to the point it's hurting me, literally. uh, anyway, how are you, Toha? What Toha? What's happening, Toha? So today our topic, all the silly stuff Islam teach, and the easiest way to understand any cult is to think about silly stuff. It come in this cult with it, you know, like there's things come with this cult. But you will notice that Islam, all of it is silly. It's not only the story that a dog, he was created from the spit of Shaitan. What happened? Supposedly the story, according to Muslims, that Allah he spit first on the sand. You want to make mud, and he left the sand because Allah wanted to humiliate Adam for some time, to teach him that you are not really a big deal, huh? Okay, so I spit there and I will leave you there, as if Adam is going to feel that. I mean, this is silly, stupid. So anyway, so Allah created Adam 40 days after he spit on the sand to make mud, and then the angels, they took Adam with them, and they walked by the Shaitan, and when they walk by the Shaitan he spit at Adam. If we go and read some Muslims stories, it says when Allah he created Adam, he put him in the door of the heaven for 40 years. Angels walk over him, which means as a mud, as a dust, before he blew the spirit or the soul inside him, so he will be humiliated inside him, in his inner. And then when Iblis he walked by, and the angels was walking by, he spit at the angels, which means this the police or Shaitan, he want to spit at the angels. But it happened when the angels are walking in the top of Adam as dust, They walk in the top of him, and his Iblis he spit, and then the spit of Shaitan fell in the sand where Adam created from. And then it says, and that spit fall in the belly of Adam. And then Allah he ordered the angels to take out the mud which where Shaitan he spit, and then he put it inside like a hole in the ground. And this is where the belly bottom of a human being is coming from. You see the belly bottom of a human being according to Islam. Why you have a belly bottom? Because Shaitan he spit there. This is where the spit of Shaitan came or fall. And then he says, and Allah he created from that mud where Shaitan he spit at the dogs. The dogs are created from the mud of a prophet, and that is Adam, and the spit of Shaitan. So dogs are made from the same mud of Adam, and from the spit of Shaitan, not from the spit of Allah. But here notice carefully what the Muslims they just did. If the dogs are created from the spit of Shaitan, that means Shaitan is the creator, is God. Because how Shaitan can create from the mud a dog unless he is a creator? Do we have any Muslim want to say anything? I'm looking at my belly button now to see where Shaitan he spit in my belly. Look, the spit of Shaitan is made from acid. It make a hole there. Here you see how silly the cult of Islam trying to explain things we have in our life. Like, okay, why we have a belly button? Okay, the Muhammad, and they come with a story. Okay, we have a belly button because Shaitan he spit there. However, we will find that the Muslims, you see, there is a book. It's called the Book of Barnaba. This is a fake Bible. I don't know how the Muslims always they mention it. Anybody heard a Muslim saying the Book of Barnaba mentioned the name of a Prophet Muhammad? Did you hear it? All right. The Book of Barnaba, which is a false book written long after Muhammad, even not after Christ, after Muhammad himself. And we can prove that easy because like there's things in the book wasn't exist in the time, not even 700 years, not even 800 years after Jesus. Like imagine I write a book and says to you, I found a book, go back to the time of Jesus, and in the book it says iPad or smart TV, smartphone, satellite. So there is many it's very easy to get this book busted. But you will notice that the Muslims and that book, they are in total agreement with all the silly stories. As an example, in the Book of Barnaba, which is a fake book, and the Muslims themselves, they will not dare to accept it. The funny, when a Muslim he says to you, do you know that they found the Book of Barnaba and says the Prophet Muhammad? The Muslim themselves, they will not accept the Book of Barnaba, and that telling you that they are hypocrite. Because why you are keep saying to us the Book of Barnaba, Book of Barnaba, Book of Barnaba, but you yourself don't accept the Book of Barnaba? So this book says in chapter 35 verse 26 that Shaitan, when Shaitan he was walking away, he spit on like in a collection of sand, and then Jibril he took the sand with that spit, and that from where the human is created from. So look what happened here, and then this is the reason for him to have a belly button. Here you will say that they have the same closest stories, because simply the one who wrote the book, he is obviously a false person under the influence of false stories from the Muslims. Same time, like if we want to talk about the Islamic belief in those books, you will see that this book claimed that Muhammad he is the Messiah, not a different person. So it looked like this was like a kind of a movement, another cult created out of Islam, but it was not successful and nobody believed in it anyway. Uh, so going back to the stories, somebody's asking me where in the book of Barnaba it says that the Messiah is Muhammad. You can go to chapter 42. Read it from verse 4 to 10. All right. Yeah. And actually, there is more places in the chapter. You can. I mean, I think if you go to chapter 97 too, chapter 97, and read it from 13 to 18, you will see Barnaba says it clearly. Here, by the way, don't mix between the Barnaba, the Christian, and Barnaba, the fake book. This is a fake book, is not accepted by anyone, including the Muslims, because that totally contradicts what the Quran teach, that the Messiah is a different person. So in the book of this guy Barnaba, he made Muhammad, he himself is the Messiah. And by the way, I think this guy who wrote this book, he have a point, because if you read the history of Islam, you will find that Muhammad is trying to be the Messiah. Maybe he did not claim openly that he is the Messiah, and he says the Messiah is a different person. But if you think about it, when Muhammad, he called himself Muhammad. Muhammad, his name is not Muhammad. If you go in the Quran, you will see that the Quran give Muhammad many names. One of them is Ahmad. So if Muhammad name is Muhammad, then his name should be stay the same. But sometimes it's Ahmad, sometimes it is Muhammad, sometimes it's a Mustafa, sometimes he have 99 names, like Allah, for he is equal to God in Islam. If you go to chapter 61, verse number 6, it says that he said, Allah, that Jesus said, and by the way, in the whole Quran, the word Jesus never appear. It is Isa, and we do not know who is Isa. This is additional stupid outcome of the teaching of Islam, where names are mixed up. As an example, Isa in the Quran is the grandson of Umran, but Umran, there's no such a name in the Old Testament. Umran. Muhammad, he mixed between Umran and Umram. So Umram is the name in Hebrew. Muhammad, because you don't speak Hebrew, it became Umran. He did not get it right. He said, what the name of father of Musa is? Umran. Okay, Umran. Umran. Like Umram, you idiot. Umran. Okay, so now we have a chapter. It's called the chapter of Umran, but it should be the chapter of Umram. So the father of Musa's is Umram, and Muhammad, he think that Isa is the son of the grandson of Umran, because Mary, she is the daughter of Umran. And this is why Muhammad, he says in different verse that Mary is the sister of Aaron. Why? Because Aaron is literally is a son of Amram, him and Musa, and they have a sister. Her name is Maryam. So Muhammad the silly, he thought the same Maryam who is the sister of Aaron is the same Maryam is the mother of Jesus. Therefore, that Isa is the grandson of Amran. What a family. So, and by the way, even the funny, the Muslim, they say to you, no. When he said Mary is the sister of Aaron, he meant that she is from his ancestor. That's false. She is not from his ancestor. And Aaron is not the greatest between the Jews. What about Moses then? Moses and Aaron and their sister Maryam, they are from different